Welcome back to another video on how to absolutely change your whole entire lifestyle and get into the shape that you want, okay? Now we're going to be going over why your friends are keeping you fat, and here's how to handle it. Yes, this is a little specific, but it's true, okay? Because your environment dictates everything. When you are going to go out with your friends for a beer for one night and one beer leads to 10, that's a setback, okay? So what we have to realize is how to say no. All right. Now, we're going to go over into like my kind of lifestyle. Okay. So right here, as you can see, I was not in the physique that I wanted. I was bloated. I'm drinking beers and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not in terrible shape, but I'm not in the shape that I wanted to be. I'm not as confident as I am right now. And, I just kind of live that lifestyle. Okay. I'm going to drink, I'm going to work out. And at the end of the day, my physique was not where it was going to be. Okay. So instead of going down this route, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to go down this route where I am shredded and I have my girlfriend right here. And this is a night where we're about to go out and have a couple of drinks, okay? Now, there's a big difference between the two here, and that is balance, right? This route is the route that most of you guys are taking right now, but this route is the new one that you guys are going to go on, all right? So let's lead into the actual difference of all this, okay? All right, so the difference. First, you need to learn to say no in times I would usually say yes, okay? So in my perspective, there was times where every single friend of yours, probably you have multiple different friends and they're doing multiple different things, they're going out multiple different nights, and you're just caught up in the mix of it all, okay? So one friend tells you, all right, I want to go to the bar tonight, and you're like, okay, let's do it. And then you tell yourself, no, I'm not going to do it tomorrow, so I'll be fine. And then the other friend the next day goes, hey, I'm going out to this restaurant, let's have a couple drinks. And you're like, okay, I'll just go this night, the next day I'll cut it off. And then it's just the next friend who invites you out to the next night, right? And it's just a reoccurring process. And then you just learn to never say no. You're just a yes man, okay? And the biggest thing that I've realized is that a lot of people you have good hearts, right? And you want to please people, but at the same time, you can't please people if you feel like crap, right? Because your energy bounces off to other people. So if you're constantly saying yes and it's making you feel like crap every single time you go out, your body's not where it's going to be, then you're affecting others around you. Like, for instance, your wife and kids and stuff like that, right? You're just so mentally stressed because you can't focus on yourself, so it's spilling out on them. So instead of saying yes all the time, we have to learn to say no. You have to say no. And the way that you're going to do this is you're going to look at it by what you've done the previous week. So how many nights did you go out? How many beers did you drink? If you didn't drink at all that whole entire week, and then something pops up and you're like, hey, you want to go have a couple drinks? Say yes. But if you're the person who just drank for 2 nights in a row and you know that you should be saying no in this situation, then say no, okay? Because it's ultimately up to you. You don't want your bad energy to spill on other people because you're so caught up in your own mess, okay? So learn to say no, and you won't have to be caught up in that mess. Next is creating my own balance. Like I said, every single week, I'll look at the past days, past week, past month that I had. How many times have I gone out? How many times have I messed up and, not followed the correct diet routine that I usually want to, use in order to get to my goals? And if it's a limited amount that, I'm allowed to go out now and actually enjoy a couple drinks, then 100% I'm going to go. But if I'm the person that's messed up a bunch of times, then I have to say no, and I create my own balance and I focus on myself. I go to the gym and I implement something that's actually healthy rather than enjoying myself, okay? And the thing is, once you actually get in the process of becoming addicted to actually getting into shape and stuff like that, it's not even like you don't enjoy it, you enjoy that process as well, okay? It's even better than going out and having 5 beers with the boys. Let me tell you that. And then third, okay, having a complete mindset shift of focusing on my goals, okay? So if you're the type of person who, you're half in, half out, this isn't going to work for you, and you're not going to get to where you want to be ever, okay? Because you have to learn to say no. You have to realize that in your head, it's only going to be up to you to make the change, right? Everything in life is not our fault, but it's going to be our responsibility to fix it, right? So what we have to do is have a complete mindset shift in our head. We have to tell ourselves, okay, I'm going to get to this goal. It's going to become my lifestyle, and nothing's going to get in my way. Nothing's going to stop me. But Obviously, I'm still going to live the balanced lifestyle. I'm going to use these other two tactics right here in order to actually have this mindset shift right here, okay? All right, let's lead into the next boxes over here. Okay, learning to say no. So the first thing I put down is feeling left out sucks, but waking up hungover sucks even more. Another way you could go about this is feeling left out sucks, but waking up knowing that you just set yourself back sucks even more. Knowing that you're not going to reach your goal because you just set yourself back sucks even more. So screw the feeling left out feeling, okay? Because that's just something that's temporary, okay? But being hungover every single weekend and creating an unhealthy lifestyle, that will last forever if you continuously do it. Next, you need to pick up and choose depending on how you performed in the previous week. Like I said, you pick and choose depending on exactly what you did in the previous week, all right, or the previous days. Did you go out and have 20 drinks? Okay, I'm going to say no this time. I'm not going to say yes, all right? I already explained that, but it's very important to note that you have to look and judge exactly what you've done in the past weeks. You should even document it, right? If you have a calendar, write down exactly the days that you drank. It sounds crazy, but if you're able to do this and visually see stuff, it's going to help you a lot. Third, too many yeses create plateaus in your mindset and physique. It's quite obvious, okay? I put that in there. If you continuously say yes, you're going to continuously set yourself in a plateau. You're going to not see results. You're going to affect yourself rather than actually see improvement, even though you want improvement, right? You're going to the gym. You're like, okay, I'm crushing at the gym, but tonight after the gym, I'm going to go get a drink. You're just setting yourself up for failure, okay? You have to pick and choose the days that you're going to be healthy and the days that you're not, but you have to limit the days that you're not going to be healthy. And the way you're going to do that is by judging the past weeks and documenting it, okay? And it just becomes a lot easier too if you're just the type of person that doesn't like going out and not drinking. But if you are, then you have to create that balance. And the way that you're going to do that is by saying no. And we got a little quote up here. You're scared of being the boring friend. You don't want to kill the vibe or be judged. So you do what everybody else does. Shots, wings, 2 a.m. Taco Bell. And I know you're going to Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's at 2 a.m. Trust me. I know you are because I am. Not anymore, but I was in the same situation as you guys. And you justify it by saying it's just one night, but those nights stack up. 52 weekends in a year, that's half your life on pause. And you realize that 52 weekends a year, that sounds like a lot. But once you start visually seeing it by doing the documenting, then you realize how much you're actually going out and why you're actually hitting those plateaus. It's because you're just going out every single weekend, or it could be almost every other day, right? And that adds up. All right. So what you have to realize is that you have to document it to see exactly how your previous weeks have gone. And that's how you create that healthy balance between going out and also not. Okay. Creating my own balance. Okay. So I judge going out based on how productive I've been the last 2 to 3 days. I put that in there a couple of times now, which I didn't realize, but at the same time, it's still important, guys. How productive were you the past 2 days? Did you go to the gym? Did you get your 10 to 15,000 steps in that day? Did you not? Okay. If you did not, then you don't deserve it. You should not reward yourself with going out and enjoying yourself. Okay. Because you didn't put in the work to get there. Right. And if you're able to put in the work to get there in the past week, past months, and then you actually go out, then you enjoy it even more because you actually rewarded yourself. But as you continue to just, say these past 2 to 3 days you weren't productive at all, or the past months, you're going to feel like crap. You're not going to feel like you're rewarding yourself at all. You're just going to end up becoming more sad, more depressed, and just filling yourself up with anger that's going to release on everybody else. Okay. Next, I've hit my meals, workouts, steps, sleep. I earn flexibility. Again, if you are able to hit your meals, workouts, steps, sleep, get everything to perfection, then you earn flexibility. Then you can reward yourself, okay? I just broke that down in the first one, but it's still important to note that flexibility comes with something that you've earned, okay? If you didn't earn it, toss it. Don't go. And third, I never go out just to go out. I ask, is this worth it? Okay. Is this worth me, stalling the progress that I just worked so hard for, right? It depends on how hard you're going to go. Okay. Like I said, if one night you go out and, you earn that flexibility, you feel good. And then the next day something comes up, is it worth it really to you? Or did you feel better on the days where, you worked hard, you felt healthy, you slept the whole entire night? Or is it worth it to get drunk and then wake up with Taco Bell still in your stomach and you feel like crap and you're puking in the morning? Is it really worth it, right? Yes, it's fun in the moment, but is it actually worth it? That's what you got to ask yourself. I don't know. To me, it's not. Okay. So if it's coming to me, I only limit myself to, if I want to create that balance, I limit myself to drinking at least one time the weekend. If there's something else the next day, I'll just drink water because again, I'm chasing my goals and I want to be the best version of myself. And the way you're going to create that balance is doing the same thing, right? If you're drinking three, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that, it's not worth it at all in my eyes. And that's how I created my balance kind of. And then we got something up here. Think of your fitness like driving a car, okay? If you've been pressing the gas all week, clean meals, solid workouts, good sleep, then yeah, it's okay to lightly tap on the brakes and go out. But if you've already been coasting, skipping workouts, eating off a plan, hitting the brakes again just stalls your progress, okay? I treat my momentum like mileage. The more I've earned, the more freedom I can afford without crashing. Now that's strong, guys. It's like the best analogy out there, right? It's just you're just going to crash, okay? You're going to crash if you continue down the same path of drinking every single weekend. So creating that balance, learning to say no, in times you would say yes are, the way that you're going to become that version of yourself that you want and create that awesome balance. Having a complete mindset shift of focusing on my goals. So I stopped chasing temporary highs and started chasing long-term fulfillment, okay? So in the moment, again, it feels good to drink. You're having the time of your life, but then you wake up like crap. But is it really worth it when you think about the long run? Every single time you think about going out for that one drink, you have to think about the long-term fulfillment, okay? Is this going to benefit you long-term? Is this going to take you to that version of yourself that you want to be? Or is this going to be a path to remain the same? And that's something you have to judge yourself. And it's really in your own head. Okay. I don't know what you're doing every single weekend, but I know what I'm doing. And I'm aiming for long-term fulfillment and long-term health because at the end of the day, that's what we all really want rather than just always waking up on a toilet in the morning, But I realize no one's coming to save me. It's my job to build the life I want. Like I said, not everything in life is our fault, but it's our job and our responsibility to either fix it or solve it, okay? It's up to you, and you have to realize that with all these things that I just talked about, if you implement it and actually document exactly the days that you drink, learning to say no, creating your own balance, then you'll get to where you want to be. But if you don't, then you're going to continue to, coast down the path that you're on right now, and I don't want that for you. Next, I stopped asking, what do I feel like doing? And started asking, what gets me closer, okay? Because the more you say, what do I feel like doing? It's going to be something that's probably not healthy, right? Right now, I feel like going to get 3 triple burgers right now, okay? But is that going to get me closer to where I want to be? No. So, what's in my pantry right now? 93.7 ground beef, vegetables, sriracha sauce, of course, but it's all stuff that's going to get me closer to my goals. It's not a triple cheeseburger that's sitting in my fridge right now that I'm going to go eat because I feel like eating it. No. That's the mindset that you kind of got to have. And up here we have, before my mindset shifted, I was basically just wondering, no real direction, just reacting to whatever was in front of me. But once I got clear on my goals, it was like turning on a GPS. I knew where I was going, and even if I hit traffic or took a wrong turn, I always found my way back. That's the difference. Wandering feels free, but gets you nowhere. Having a target gives everything purpose, okay? Right now, you're probably lacking purpose because everything that you're doing is leading you nowhere. But what you don't even realize is having a sick physique is cool. Getting into shape is cool, but it does so much more than that. It makes you walk with confidence. It gives you purpose. It gives you what you want in life, and it opens up opportunities that you don't even know is there. Okay. And that's what we want. We're targeting purpose. All right. And the way that you're going to do that by having purpose and also creating the balanced lifestyle is by these 3 things right here. Creating my own balance, learning to say no in times that I would usually say yes, and having a complete mindset shift of focusing on my goals. Implement these things, guys. If you want to live that healthy lifestyle while also enjoying a drink here and there, learn to say no, create your own balance, and shift your mindset, man. You got it. All right. Also, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, I created an awesome community with guys chasing one goal, and that's just to become the best version of themselves. I'll hit me up. We'll schedule a call, talk about exactly what's inside of my coaching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Create that balanced lifestyle that you want. Don't be this version. Be this. Let's get it. Peace.